Hey guys, it's John at Limping Exotics here. This is one of the projects I've been working on. This is a 36x18x36 that I was gifted. It had a bunch of junk that needed to be cleaned out of it, and then one of the doors fell off, so I just repaired this door. So basically all you have to do, it's already rusting, that's crazy, is when the doors, they have these little pegs that hold into these corners right here. Sometimes, especially with these bigger cages, the pegs snap off because it's just a tiny little piece of plastic about that big that holds this whole door into place on both sides. It's kind of a crap design, honestly, from Exoterra. They really should make their doors and everything sturdier with these. They break all the time in shipping, which is why it's hard to get this size, and they're pretty expensive. But basically, that peg broke off. Drill a hole straight through, you put a bolt and a nut on there, and good to go on that. Then I was cleaning it out in my yard, and of course in the middle of the night I walked right into it and busted this whole panel out. So I repaired it with a piece of polycarbonate. So as you can see, it almost looks like glass. It's not quite as pretty, definitely a lot more flexible, but fortunately hi baby, got away, off. But let's see if I can get this open real quick. So you can see my little repair worked right here. We're working, okay. Let's go over here. I still have to spray this out and clean out any like little tiny pieces of glass and stuff from when I broke it. But I used some aquarium safe silicone in here. It's still drying out. Of course it rained because it's Florida. But I think it got enough dryness. Yeah, it's pretty dry, so that's good. It dried enough before it rained again for it to hopefully cure properly and everything. It seems like it made it. But yeah, as you can see, it is bendy, but it won't break again, so that's good. And it's not so flexible that anything will get out, because when you look inside here, I still have to scrub it down. You can see there's still algae on it. But you can see the gap, you can see the flex right there. And that's with me pushing pretty hard, so I don't think anything's gonna get through there. I'm probably gonna use this for tree frogs. That was kind of my inclination, is to use it for my group of red-eyed tree frogs. Just gonna set up some more cork bark and a substrate layer and everything. I saved all that stuff from when I took it down so I could clean it out. I have a ton of clay balls, whatever those things are called, the little clay balls. But yeah, you don't, just because you break a panel doesn't mean you have to toss it. I buy these sheets of polycarbonate. They're 4x8 foot sheets. It's like $150, so they're not cheap. But the nice thing about polycarbonate is you can cut it with a table saw or a circular saw, stuff like that. You can drill it, and it doesn't crack like acrylic does. So I think it's worth a little extra money. Also, it's stronger than acrylic. Not that that's really a factor, because it's like, what, acrylic is like 10 times stronger than glass, or 40 times stronger, something like that. So it's much, it shouldn't take a lot more beating. Like literally I just walked right, this side was actually clear like this one, and I just walked right into it and went and just smashed right through the whole panel. Unfortunately I didn't cut myself or anything, but yeah, that sucked. So just finished this project, so that's good. Now I gotta finish the top. I don't think, I'm gonna probably scrape off all this gunk, this like black stuff that's on here. I'll probably use a razor blade and scrape off as much of that as I can get off. And you can see where there was some expanded foam that used to be on the background in here. I ripped all that out because it was falling off the back, and I really don't like that stuff, honestly. I've decided that that is not for me. I'd rather just have a bunch of cork bark and like branches and stuff to give stuff to climb on, and then like a bunch of fake plants or real plants, something like that, pothos, stuff like that. But yeah, so this is pretty much coming together pretty quick. Hopefully I won't break any more pieces. But yeah, hope you enjoyed watching. For polycarbonate, people keep asking me where I get my plastics from. There's plastic suppliers all over the place. You just gotta Google plastic supplier and just call them and ask them if they can order that or keep it in stock for you, if they'll cut it for you, all the different questions, the thickness, all that kind of stuff. There's tons of plastic suppliers everywhere because that kind of stuff is needed everywhere. So it's not like you're gonna have to be probably in like a relatively big city, but other than that, you're gonna find a plastic supplier, because Home Depot and Lowe's, actually probably Lowe's or Home Depot probably would have polycarbonate, and you could probably order it in these bigger sizes. It's going to be a lot more expensive if you go to Lowe's or Home Depot. Same with the XPVC. If you go to Lowe's or Home Depot, you're going to get a lower quality material. It's not going to be the same stuff that people build their enclosures out of and stuff like that. At least professional companies build their enclosures out of, because a lot of it has the wood grain, stuff like that. But yeah, just Google plastic supplier, and then just start calling numbers. And if they don't have it, ask them, do you have any idea where I could find them? And a lot of those people work with each other, for each other. They switch jobs, you know. So that's pretty much how I found it. I found it just from word of mouth, because yeah, that's pretty much how it is. The old plastic supplier that I actually used to get stuff from, they just went out of business not long ago. So I actually bought out their entire supply of XPVC. So I have a shipping container with a bunch of sheets in it. So I hopefully won't need any of that for a while. I guess, I don't know, relative. I guess maybe hopefully I do need it, because that means I'm making more enclosures and selling more stuff. But I don't know. So yeah, as far as that goes, just start calling plastic suppliers. I'm not going to give you all my information, because literally that's how I sell stuff. So, but yeah, that's how I would do it. But yeah, beyond that, if you guys have any suggestions about what I should make in this, I'm thinking the red-eyed tree frogs would be cool. They really don't need this much space, but I think it would just be a cool display tank. And yeah, I only do captive bred red-eyed tree frogs because too many issues with imports, in my opinion. There's just too many funguses and bacterias and pathogens in general that come in on the imports, especially frogs. Frogs are particularly fragile, and the importers don't quarantine things, so you're gonna get all sorts of cross-contamination. And I'm not saying that people don't have ones that make it good and have success and everything, but in my experience, when you're buying a dozen frogs, it's not gonna go well. So captive bred is the only way for me. I hopefully will have some more red-eyed tree frogs available pretty soon, because I don't need that many red-eyed tree frogs. But I'll probably set up about 10 in this. That's kind of my thought, around 10 in here. 10 adults would have plenty of space, and just a ton of pothos, because they love sitting on those pothos leaves. And then some other plants in here too, like some ferns and whatever can really use some high humidity, you know. But yeah. Hope you enjoyed watching. Check out my website, olympianexotics.com. I have enclosures and racks and stuff like that I build up on there. I've just kind of been like doing all sorts of different projects right now, so I'm pretty much only doing custom builds for racks and enclosures. So anything you see on the site, more than likely I'm not going to have it in stock right now, because I don't feel like just having a giant pile of racks in my shipping containers just taking up space, because it takes a lot more space to have assembled rack than it does sheets of PVC. So yeah, if you want anything, just shoot me a message, text me, and yeah, check out the animals too. Hope you enjoyed watching. Have a great day.